What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. I believe this is the third one in our series of building Hacker News app using test-driven development. Let's get into it. In this episode, we're gonna be creating some mock JSON files and testing it with our MockNetwork Manager that we created last episode. And yeah, so let's get into it. First, I'm just want to clean this up really quickly. Network Manager. MockNetwork Manager. And I also wanted to note that we could actually keep this as a singleton if we wanted. Static let what is it, shared. And then you do a private init. You could keep it as a singleton if you wanted, and just in here you do dot shared. And let's build our test and see what happens. All right, so all our tests are passing, and we have these mock here because right, yeah, 5 tests, no failures. Boom. So let's go to our mock network manager. Well, actually, wait, before this we have to create our mock JSON. So let's go back to Postman, and in here I'm using this URL we have in our network manager from last episode. All right, so yeah, I'm using this. Shout out to Postman. It's a great resource, right? And what I'm basically going to do, I'm just going to copy this, to be honest, and create a new group called mock JSON. I'm going to just call it JSON response. Right? And in this group, I'm going to create 2 files. Actually, maybe even 3. We'll see. All right, so this is going to be valid JSON response, and then you want to end it with .json. Sometimes I forget to do this and don't, because then you have to then you have to create a new one and do it again. And I'm gonna just copy and paste those our text from Postman, and I'm gonna create another one. And what I'm gonna do is so this is, I'm gonna just leave one object in here. Alright, where is it? Alright, this is where it ends. It ends. What is it? Oh, it ends right here. Let's see. Oh. No. Let me go to the bottom, actually. Dang. That's a lot of text. So, where does this end? I think this is the last one. I think so. Yeah. Because it's an array of objects. So, let's go. And let's try to find where this ends. All right, here. All right. And in a project, you would typically when you're starting off from nothing, you'll be able to create these a lot easier. And you see, now we have one with just one response, and we can just play with this. I don't know, what should we call this? Let's call this PSG, because I'm wearing the jersey. So shout out to PSG. And let's change this to www.google.com. Oh my God, Rocky, stop. Author, Jason points. It's over 9,000. And that's all we're interested in, to be honest. Oh, also the object ID. Shout out to my clothes. It's done. It's in the dryer. All right, now we have a really clean response. You see, this one has a bunch, and now we have another one with like super clean response, just one. And we can delete this actually. It would be good to keep though, like in a real application, to keep the created date. Let me just leave it there. It's not bothering anybody, right? And now let's go to the MockNetwork Manager. Wait, no, what are you doing? All right. And in here, we need to create a URL. And this is going to be the URL to the path of this of these JSON folders. So we got to use bundle.main. URL for resource. In this one, let's do valid JSON response. String extension is JSON. And now what do we need to do? And now we need to try to grab the data from this. Oh, no, you need to let data equals try data from contents of URL. There we go. URL. I'm gonna change this to JSON URL actually, just to be more descriptive. And now we just decode this. Oh, we need a guardlet. Else throw. We choose invalid URL. And what else? Yeah, now we can decode. So let decoder equal JSON decoder decode. What are we decoding? A response dot self data, and we need to have a try here. Let results try, and we should be able to return results dot hits, and we should be good to go. Now let's create a new file. And let's call this a unit test class. So what is the class name? Network Manager Tests. I guess we'll use MockNetwork Manager Tests. Yeah, let's use MockNetwork Manager Tests. Plural. All right, and we can delete this. All right, what's the first thing we want to test? So let's test if we received anything. Did receive what did we receive? Did receive or did fetch articles. We're gonna test if it fetched this. Let's be better here. Let's be more descriptive. Given, when, and then. All right. So when what? So when we actually make the network call. So let results equal dot fetch articles, and now we need to try await. All right, so now we have results. Now we have our when. So when we fetch, then let's assert this is not new. Results. Because if it's decoding the data and if we're getting a response, then it shouldn't be new. And it looks like we're getting new. Let's see our network manager, see what's happening here. So JSON valid response, valid JSON response. The spelling looks correct. So I see. Since we have our mocks or our JSON response in the test bundle, we need to do a different approach with this. We need to put for MockNetwork Manager .self dot URL recension, and then this should JSON response, and then it's JSON. And let's go back to our test and see what's up. Not new. And I want to change the name actually. Let's see. Did Network Manager fetch let's see what was the request. Not new. And func test, and here let's put did Network Manager fetch response. Did it fetch all articles? Because the articles here are hard coded in our response. Here they're hard coded in. And actually, let's make a group 2 called MockNetwork Manager. Just to clean this up a little bit. All right. All right. So given, when, then. So given, let's equals MockNetwork Manager dot shared. So when try await happens, we need to mark our function async. All right, async. So when try await happens, when try await happens, we fetch our articles. And our number of articles are hard coded in. And do we know here how many? We don't know. I'm gonna do a little cheat code. Print results dot count. Which I'm only doing this so I don't have to go through and count how many. So we have 20. All right, so this should be straightforward, right? I'm actually kind of cheating, right? But in a real testing scenario, you already would know actually how many articles or whatever type of object you're dealing with, whatever type of model. You would know. Like in this example, actually, there should only be one, so you could test for that. And actually, let's switch. Let's switch to single response actually. And we're gonna switch to single response. Assert equal. So results dot count should equal 1 here. Let's see. Boom. We're good. We're golden. And here is fetch article. I don't use accurate. Is fetched article. I'm gonna go accurate. And here we're gonna go set similar. Let me just copy and paste this. Similar formula, right? But then in our then, we can actually we can put article here equals results dot first, because there should only be one. So article dot why isn't it giving me oh what was the title? PSG. That's funny, y'all. I was having this error with the article, but it's because I did the cardinal sin. I didn't import testable. I didn't import my project. And now this thing should work beautifully. I don't even need this, actually. We just need the article dot title. Let's see. Oh, I didn't put the return. Let's see. Bam! And now we can assert. Oh, xct assert equal. And now we can do a bunch of stuff. So article. Oh. Article.url. xct assert article. Article.author. xct assert equal article.points. And yeah, we could just test it all here. So the author was JSON. Points, so I put 9,000. And this was HTTP, TTPS, www.google.com. Let's see if I have a typo in here. Oh. This is an int, not a string. Oh, I didn't. Let's see. I probably just typo. All right, so let's put this in here. Oh. I forgot the colon. I mean the. Oh, there we go. You see? Boom. So we have some successful tests, right? And there's actually something I realized I want to do. So this private init, I actually want to get rid of it, like the singleton. And I actually want to create an initializer here, because I want to be able to customize like what file we're getting in our test. So we're going to use this variable to do that. And now you see we get some errors. And here we can just, I think, yeah, you need to provide which JSON. Which one did we use? We used single response. No, a single JSON response. That's a car. All right, and we can just copy and paste that into these. And let's run our tests. And we're good. Oh. MockNetwork Manager shared. Oh. So we want to actually just copy this. JSON. All right. And there might be some better ways that you could implement that. Let me know in the comments actually if you think of any better ways that to pass this JSON, but you can't pass it through this function because the protocol, then it won't conform to the protocol. So that's the best way I found. And now in the test, we can do a did invalid JSON response fail. We can test that, and this needs to be marked async. So let's, what are we doing? Given when then let JSON equal, we'll do invalid JSON response, MockNetwork Manager, JSON file, JSON, and let results. Try await set.fetch home articles. Actually, no, we don't need this. So this is an invalid response, right? So ICT assert. So the result should be nil. Let's run this. Boom, is nil. And that's pretty much it for this. We could how do we want to refactor this? Because you see here we have the JSON that we want to pass into here. So let me think actually. I'm thinking. How can we refactor this? What do you guys think? We could set up a helper function. Although, that really wouldn't. That really wouldn't do much. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. In the future, we might come back to this and actually try to fix some stuff up. All right, so now back. We're done with the MockNetwork Manager for now. So now back to our project. All right, so the app, the phone finally loaded up. I was having some issues. So as you see, we have three tab bars here. Basically, three controllers. And we're using a main tab bar here. So we can just create a new test. And main TabBar controller tests. Make this here. And we'll delete this stuff. And in this one, we're just going to test did TabBar set up children. Set up controllers. We'll do controllers. ViewControllers. All right. Equal main TabBar controller. And we're gonna get hit with an error right off the back. And so when what? When set load view if needed. We're gonna get some errors. So actually wait, one thing I forgot last file we're working on. You always want to import the main folder. You want to import your project. And if you try to run this, it's gonna fail because it doesn't know what main TabBar controller is. And this is gonna be a TabBar controller. A UI TabBar controller. Alright, so we have our it's loaded. I'm gonna use a guardlet here actually to grab our ViewControllers. Because under here it's gonna have ViewControllers, which actually gives you an array of ViewControllers that are in the main tab bar. So we're gonna want to grab this. I'm gonna just name this VCs. just to keep it simple. What do you want to do? We want to fail the test. All right. And what else? We need to return. And in this test, we want to assert that VCs.count is 3. Because we want to have 3. And this is going to fail, right? Because we haven't set it up. I think this will make it fail. Because, yep, no. So we have to configure TabBar. Set up a function. Private func configure TabBar. And let's see. So what do you want to do with this TabBar? We want to say, let's see. So the first view controller is going to be the HomeViewController. I think we have to pass a network manager. We'll come back to that actually. This is going to be a search view controller. And this is going to be a saved. We'll call it favorites. Favorites. I want to figure out how to spell favorites. Controller. In here you can set view controllers. We just call in set view controllers. And you just need to put an array of the view controllers you want to put in here. But we're having some errors. You see right here? Hell errors. We don't even have these. Let me copy and paste. These haven't been created, so that's why we're getting these errors. Let's see if we still get errors. So we'll come back to this. We'll just pass in our MockNetwork Manager. For now. Cannot convert. Oh, they don't conform to UI view controller. And then just add the view did load. Let me copy and paste this and put it here. All right. Hey, it worked. You see? Now we have a main tab bar. All right. Before we refactor this, I just wanted to do something with the tab bar SF. Wait, do I have SF symbols on here? Oh, well, with these on these tab bars here on these view controllers, we can add an image using the tab bar item dot image, and that's the image you see at the bottom. UI image, and we'll use system name. And this one we'll use house or home, no house. And I'm basically just using FS symbols, which Apple provides for us some generic images. You can customize it yourself if you want different images. And then you want the magnifying glass for search. Magnifying glass. And for the last one, I just used the heart. Hearts. And what else? And let's see, TabBar item. Wait, TabBar.tint color actually. I like going with label. And I like the TabBar to have the bar tint color to be a system gray. System gray. All right. The test should still pass. All right. The test, yep. We're still passing our test. And now let's refactor all this. So let's actually start a new group called core. And we'll put the HomeViewController in there. And we're going to rip this out, this MainTabBar controller. And then we'll create a new file. Call it MainTabBar controller. You want to make sure there's no typos there. And I think I got to import UI kit. And now it's getting some errors. It doesn't have this in the scope. What do we need? Oh, we need to rip this out. I'll put this in here, but we should just create the search view controller. Search view controller. And you want to import UI kit. And we're gonna create the favorites view controller. And we gotta rip this out of here. All right, so back to the main tab. You see we're getting this error. It cannot find the MockNetwork Manager in our scope. It's because it's in the testing bundle. And we can just add this to the target. And we should be good. Let's try to build now and see what happens. All right. And one more thing before we wait. Is our test passing? We're getting an error. All right. One more thing though before we move on here is you see here in this HomeViewController we're loading up the MockNetwork Manager, right? And we're gonna have to figure out which one are we gonna decide to use, like the real one or the fake one, right? And there's actually a cool way of going about this. There's a way to test if or to know if your system is like under test. And basically it's process.processinfo.environment. If this is equal to xct test configuration dot file path, if this is not equal to nil, that means you're testing. And what we're doing is we're saying a boolean here. So what we can do is if we're testing, let me put a network manager here. Of type network manager protocol. All right, if testing, the network manager should be the MockNetwork Manager. Do single JSON response. Else, the network manager should be the real one. And we'll pass and this. Boom. All right. So, and then we just put the network manager here. All right. Oh. Oh, I forgot the else. Weird. All right. So now let's let's try to test, like, let's try to see this. And to do that, we actually have to go to the scene delegate, and we got to change this to the main TabBar controller. And if we run this, fingers crossed, this should work. Ha! Oh, I don't like that. The Hacker News thing there. So we go to the HomeViewController. I think it's navigation. Navigation item dot title equals Hacker News. That's how you prevent the title from going down there on like the bottom. Alright, let's run that now and see what's up. Alright, and this turns black because we haven't configured it. But why isn't our network call happening? There's probably something wrong in the... Let's go to our network manager. Boom, boom, return results dot hits. Did we configure the results? Oh, we haven't we haven't configured our table view cells. Of course we're not gonna see anything. Cell dot text, I think it's, and then dot text equals I think dot title. Oh, we're fetching the data. We're not even doing anything. Let results equal that, and then results is an array of articles. So let's So the new way of calling, like you guys might be familiar with like the dispatch queue. Dispatch queue dot main dot async. Like when you want to update UI, when you're running on a background thread and you want to update the UI, you need to switch to the main thread, and that was the way you used to do it. But like the new async way is to use await main actor dot run, and you don't need all that stuff. You can just, all right, main actor dot run. What do we want to run? So for right here, we want to put self dot articles equal results. And here we just want to call reload data. And I believe we're gonna need self here. Let's see what happens. All right, now this should all, there you go, look. We have all this, and now we're it's kind of getting there. Oh, look, the title isn't showing though. So the title isn't showing. Now I actually want to embed all of these in a UI navigation controller. I just realized. UI navigation controller, review controller, we'll do VC1. And the nav3. All right, now our main tab bars have view controllers that each of them have their own navigation controller within them. We can rip this out of here actually. And what we can do is we can set the network manager as an initializer. And here we have to call super dot, or no, init dot, what did they call? This one. New. And all right. And that looks a lot cleaner. And then in the scene delegate, we'll just, and since everything's in a navigation controller, we don't really need this. Right, and like I said, we can set this up in the we'll put this here. Should be fine there. And so we want to garlet the network manager here. All right. And we set the tab bar as the root view controller. And we should be good to go here. Oh, the required initializer. Yo, we can't forget that. And we should be good to go here though. Boom, Hacker News shows up here. Look at that. We still have to configure these. We're going to be working on these in the next episode. Let's actually see if any of our tests fail. Oh, I think it was failing this because in here, now we require a network manager. We can just pass the MockNetwork Manager in here. All right. I think here we need to change the title because we changed it from we changed the title of the view controller. We actually got rid of it and we put the title on the navigation controller. So yep, there you go. See, and that's a good thing about test-driven development actually. So I made a bunch of changes, right, and then some of them started to fail, and boom, I'm able to pinpoint where the failures at and what I need to correct. This video's gotten kind of longer than I expected. Ran into a few issues, but we got through it. So yeah, we tested our network manager here. We're able to parse our JSON. We get a response, and then we also set up our MainTabBar controller with all our other tab bars. And now we need to finish setting up these tab bars, or the search view controller and the favorites. The tab bar is pretty much set for the project. Maybe I'll add some tests later, but for now it seems really solidified. I mean, I was trying to think of like tests to run on the tab bar, on the MainTabBar controller, but there's not that many I can think of. So we're gonna be working on the search and the favorites in the next, and the home actually. We're gonna be working on all of these. And let me just create a network manager group just to make this a little smaller. Help with keeping your stuff neat. So I can put the tab bar in here, and I can put I hope you enjoyed the video, you found it helpful, and y'all have a good day. I'll see you on the next one. We're gonna be doing some more testing, getting our projects set up, because this is coming. We kind of got the first page set. It's not set up yet because we're still missing a few things on it, but it's coming along. So I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
I'm riding between it all in this perfect play. I'm a piece of the buzz, woman, fit where you need me.